How is it getting to kind of like design what the house looks like and like customize it to what will suit y'all best?
It was kind of overwhelming at first because there's so many options. Like you have all these different floor plans, but we immediately ruled out like we wanted a 1-story, and they, in the neighborhood, they just allowed like 3 bedrooms. And so we were like, that's perfect, fine. And so we were stuck between these 2 houses. One had a covered porch that was built in, one didn't. I liked the covered porch, my husband didn't. So we compromised and got the one that didn't. We just had like plans to do like nice things for our backyard, but it was definitely overwhelming. But we just like ultimately said, what do we want to live with, and like what's like a non-negotiable, and what's something that like we could add on later in life, but is like this would be okay to not do right now.
Totally. How does it feel having a place that you can customize rather than having to think like our lease is up for this amount of time and then we'll be starting from scratch thinking where do we want to live, do we want to renew? And now if there's something that you don't love, you can literally just change where you are.
Yeah, it feels honestly like I can live in it. It feels like, oh, this is like mine, this is our home, instead of, oh my gosh, we have to like immediately get that stuff off the wall, or like, I don't love this paint color, but I have to keep it. But it's like, this is ours. We can literally change it and change it again and change it again because it's ours. And that like really is like the essence of home, is where it's like yours.
Yeah, totally. So you'd say it's like settling into it has been like overall maybe a little bit more intense than you expected, but it feels like it's customizing to what will actually suit you.
Yeah, and I think just like the expectation of home buying is so different. Like I just was like, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be so relaxing, but everybody said like buying a house is gonna be stressful, and it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was really smooth. Everything went really well. Even in a pandemic, it went really fine. Nothing was delayed, praise God. Not even like our closing date was pushed back, so that was great. But like moving in, there's just more things that you can't just do everything that you see needs to be done in a day. It's like, okay, let's space these out so we don't kill ourselves.
Yes, let's settle this into a reasonable pace.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you and Ben making decisions together about what you wanted. Because I hear a lot, one person wants one thing, the other person wants the opposite thing.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of work out finding something that you're both happy with?
Yeah, I honestly would say compromise is huge, but also like you have to negotiate. And so for us, there was 2 different floor plans that we wanted, and they were both 1-story, so we were on the same page about that. But one had a built-in covered porch and the other one did not, and it was gonna be about a $12,000 difference to get the other one to have a porch. And I looked at my husband, and in front of our realtor, I was like, I will not be happy in this house. I do not see us raising a family in this house. It's too like open and too modelly. And the other house, I was like, this feels more homey and every space is differentiated and it has a porch. And we were just like not coming together. And so I was like, how can we come to the same page? And so we went a full day without talking about house stuff. We went on a date and we were like, okay, what's everything that you like about this house and everything that you like about this house? And we were both like, okay, literally we think that furniture would go better in this house, and we could put a porch on this house, and we'd put our furniture one specific way in this house, and we would have a porch. And so I was like, okay, he's right about these things. We can always add a porch later on. I'm willing to negotiate with that. And we all ultimately were just like, are you going to be happy here? And will you eventually resent me? And we were like, no, I think this is like the right house for us. And thankfully, I am very happy in our house. I do see us raising a family and staying there for a very long time.
So let's talk about what you would say stands out to you as the difference between a house and a home. Like, what are elements of a home that's separated from just being a place that you can sleep?
Wow, that's a really great question. I think like the difference between a house and a home really is like somewhere that you feel comfortable, that you feel is like your place, that you can feel, I can be however or whoever I want to be here. But with a house, I feel like it's like I envision just like magazine like houses where you can't live in them because everything is so clean. But with a home, you're like, oh yeah, they haven't cleaned their microwave in like 6 months, but it's like because they use it and they're doing life, and that's what's more important.